I found this website by Caitlin Schaefer, and I love her phrase when she says, finding basic labels shouldn't be so hard. So that's why she created these to share, and these are basic print and cut. I wanted to find elements that I could layer on my Project Life cards, and so I'm not necessarily going to print these. I just wanted the basic shape. I did save these for future use so that I can print these on regular cardstock later, and also print and cut these out to use on other Project Life samples as well. But anyway, all you do is click on these and it will download a zipped file. So when you download it, the zipped file will look like this. It'll be a folder with a little bitty like a zipper on top of it. So make sure before you use it that you remember to follow the instructions up here where it says extract all, and make sure to extract those files. So you just click on it and the computer automatically does it. So you'll see I've already done that for the navy and the black because those are just regular folders. They don't have a little zipper on top of them. So after you unzip the file, they become individual files that you can use that look like this. So here is her contact information if you're wanting to follow her on social media. And then these are the files that I ended up using. So you'll notice in there she has an outline print and cut tags. This is very useful to use in the Silhouette. So what you'll do is you'll go to that file in your Silhouette Cameo software and click on this outline one. So this is the one that you'll be able to make your cut file out of. Go over here in the upper right corner, open the trace window. Select trace area. So let's go ahead and highlight all of that and then turn the high pass filter off. Use this arrow, turn your threshold all the way up, and click Trace Outer Edge. So what that does is it creates a cut line around each of those individual shapes. So now if I delete that file out of there, you'll see I have a new cut file right here. So these are the shapes that I've moved around into different layers of Project Life cards so that I can cut them out of those cards and make matching elements. Now, if you just want to use her file the way it is, what you can do is you can import this file right into it, and you'll see it'll open up a new window and put it over here. So what I do is I hit cut. I'll go back to my other file over here and click paste and layer, send to back. Okay, so when you zoom in now, you'll see there's a little red cut line around each individual element. So what you can do now is you can send this first to your printer, and then you can also send it to your Silhouette. Make sure to do your registration marks and all of that. I have different videos on how to specifically do print and cut if that's what you're wanting to do. So I'm not going to go into that one in this tutorial because that's not what I'm using this for. But that's just for your reference that you can print and cut it in the basic way that she's talking about. But all I'm doing is cutting out these specific shapes. So those will be, I'm not going to save that. So what I did is I converted those into a big sheet format, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Project Life cards and lay them out on my mat like this. So then when I do that, I'll be able to take an extra grouping of all those labels and I mix mash them and move them around so that they would layer just perfectly onto those cards, and I would get a nice variety out of each card that I'm cutting. So I'll cut those out and I'll show you what they all look like. So after I cut out the ephemera pieces on the Silhouette Cameo, this is what my layout ended up looking like. I'm sorry that the beginning of the video was just kind of an abrupt beginning because I don't know what happened to my previously recorded videos, which I was going to show you this from start to finish. So first let me show you what I cut out on the Cameo that I was talking about on that other video. What I did is I cut out pieces like this from existing Project Life cards that are in the Vintage Travel Collection. So this was the top of one of the cards, and it just cut out like so. Another one, it had like the plaid, and so it's a really neat label that I can either stamp a date on or something like that, but the edging gives a nice effect on the side. This was another one that the card had this running across the top, and again it'll work as a nice label on a piece. And then this was another card, and I just cut out an oval from that. And then here's another one with the green and then the plain, so I can either stamp or I can write on it. So the cards originally looked like this, and so when I placed the card down on the mat, then I ended up with just that portion. And of course I have all of these cut out too. It also cut one of these out into a label for me, and then all of these are like different labels that I can use with different edgings. This word right here is actually found right here on this title card. You can see how neat it is just to layer what you already have on your Project Life cards. This particular one, I couldn't find an ephemera kit or anything, a paper line or anything like that that matched it. So it was nice to just be able to cut things out of these cards and use them. And here's that border that went with this piece here. So that's how I did it, by showing that file in the beginning of this video. And so you can do that on your Silhouette Cameo as well, or on your Cricut, or you can just fussy cut some out by hand. So I'll just quickly show you, this was our trip to New York in November. And if you follow me on Instagram, it's also Two Tiny Treasures. You may have seen this photo here. Since then I added some pearls here, some twine, and a couple of staples with my tiny attacher. And then I was able to stamp here with my roller stamp, and all of these little pieces are just pieces that I cut out of the Project Life cards. So I did something similar here. I just layered two photos that had our itinerary, and then a picture of me and my daughter at forever waiting at the airport. The Studio Calico airplane is actually the same size as the airplane that was printed on this card. So I went ahead and glued that little veneer right on top of it. I cut this out of a Project Life card and this, and then I just stamped itinerary on it. That's with an October afternoon roller stamp. This one is a Project Life card, and all I did was add washi tape here, but this piece here and this piece here is actually another Project Life card that was in the kit, and all I did was cut a strip, cut a triangle, and glued the pieces in different spots. This also has a piece from a Project Life card. This oval right here was cut out, and then I just applied some thickers on top of it to talk about the restaurant we went to that night. And then the last one that has some ephemera is this one. I just added one piece. So this is the card itself, and that blue piece came on it. And then this is an ephemera piece that I cut out of one of the Project Life cards and then put our photo there. And then all I did on this one was use a Studio Calico, another little piece right in that center from a Project Life card, and then I just used some stickers to put the address of the restaurant that we went to. So I hope this gives you some ideas of how to use up those extra Project Life cards that you may have laying around. And if you can't find matching ephemera for it, it's okay. You can make your own. Thanks for watching.